book 2 is just as good as book 1. It is just as fluffy and sweet as book 1 was, but the extras have some scenes in them. Yes, some scenes. The main character has 2 seniors when he goes to the ballet school because they're on the 5th floor because they're directly being taught underneath their teacher. And his 2 seniors is a female senior and a male senior. They both have mega fans. They're very popular. The female senior, most of her fans are all rich women, and the male senior, all of his fans are rich male fans. And the main character at first didn't have a good relationship with his male senior because his male senior is very much a tsundere, but he started off a really good relationship with his female senior, and they're both protective of the main character. They both would get on to others who are on the 3rd floor when they overhear them mistreating or looking down on the main character. They will go out of their way to protect the main character, and I absolutely love it. They will go fetch the main character to bring the main character to their side. Like, it's sweet. Also, one of the scenes that gets me laughing is the main character is like, oh, Mel Senior, you're always getting on me about my feelings for the male lead, but like, dude, at least I love the male lead for who he is. Unlike you're a mega fan. You only care for him because of his money. You only care about money. Like, dude. At the main character's ballet school, they kind of have this tradition where you dance the Swan Lake for the person you love. Like, you will perform a part in Swan Lake for the person you love, and the main character practices so he can perform it for the male lead, and he takes the male lead to his village and performs for the male lead at his village, and I absolutely love that. That is super sweet. And at first, the main character was worried that the male lead didn't understand what he meant when he told the male lead he loved him, and wasn't sure if the male lead knew that men can love men. And the male lead's like, I know what both those means, and I love you. And I'm like, yes. Sadly, the main character's parents, friend 1, friend 2, and friend 1's sister, they don't have as many scenes as they did in book 1, but they're just as supportive as they were in book 1. And something I forgot to say when I was talking about book 1 was that there's a bookstore owner. He's an old man, and he was just as supportive with the main character in book 1, and in book 2 he is just as supportive. Like, he becomes one of the main character's fans online. He's there to back the main character up. He takes photos of the main character's performances, even made an album for the main character. And when he learned the main character was in a competition, he made sure to, and it was in French, so he wasn't sure what placing the main character got. He got hold of everybody in their village that's supportive of the main character so he could find someone to find the ranking, and they all cheered for the main character when they found out the main character had won gold. Like, Also, we finally get to meet the male lead's mom, and she's just as supportive as the main character's parents are. She very much adores her son. She basically gives her son whatever he needs or wants so his dreams could come true, even though she was a little wary of him going into boxing at the get-go, but she knew this was what he wanted and she was going to allow it. And she's also very supportive of their relationship. She's like, there's nothing I can do. If he's already made the decision, there's nothing I can do. He is his own person. I can't control him, and I love that. Also, she spoils the hell out of the male lead's chicken. I forgot to say this also in the book 1 video, was the main character gave the male lead a chicken. The main character has a pet chicken named Tony, and Tony had 2 children. The main character gave one chicken to his ballet friend, and then the other one he gave to the male lead, and the male lead was raising this chicken precisely. But because he had to move to America, he gave the chicken to his mother, and his mother spoiled the hell out of this chicken, so the chicken goes around looking like a round ball instead of a chicken. It's absolutely cute. This woman loves to spoil people. There's one scene after basically coming in 2nd place at a competition, the main character's male senior. His male senior's like, okay, I'm quitting. But in actuality, he was going to take a 1-year vacation. He just up and disappeared. So the main character literally had to take his place in a lot of his competitions. And after the year, the main character's like, he hasn't returned. I have to go get his ass. And he drags the Melly to go get his senior and make his senior return. And his male senior is a, adopted child, but his family is really supportive of him. And they're like, go back. Like, even our horses want your ass to leave. They're tired of you. Just go back. And when the main character becomes very popular, very famous, age out of his, ballet school slash studio, him and his male senior go and open their own studio, and the main character's female senior goes and opens her own studio, and I absolutely love that. And their teacher's like, goodbye, my students, goodbye. Also, the main character's ballet friend and the male lead's friend, they got together. I thought, like, I was reading book one, I'm like, oh, they would be perfect for each other. And they get together in book two. The main character even teases his ballet friend because she's like, oh, I finished college. You want to hear what I'm going to do? And he's like, going to get married. And she's like, no, I just finished college. I'm opening up a studio. And he's like, oh, oh. Like, those two are dating. I was so happy when I found out those two were dating. So, another thing I want to talk about is the main character's friend one. He gets himself somebody. He was the only one that didn't have big ambitions. Everybody else had fancy big ambitions. He was the only one that wanted to stay on their farm. And a female professor, came to their farm and he wooed her. He was such a sweet gentleman, like perfectly sweet, the sweet, perfect, rugged farm man. And he told her one day that all his friends have great ambitions. The main character is a ballerina, the male lead is a professional boxer, his sister is a famous artist. Yes, she became a famous, well-known artist. His friend two is also very wealthy and really rich thanks to his intelligence. He's like, you know what? I just want to have my little farm here. My dream is not a big, ambitious dream, but I want to give a safe haven for my big, ambitious friends to have a place to come when they're tired and they need to relax and they need a vacation. And my home will be a home for them to sleep, to rest, to eat, put their feet up. I want to give that to them. And I thought that was super sweet. And she loved it. She loved it so much that she put a ring on it. And I'm so happy for him. I thought out of all of them, friend one deserved to have somebody, and he found someone. He found someone. Though it never confirms if friend two and friend one's sister got together. I was kind of hoping they did, but it never confirmed it. But I'm so happy that friend one's sister made her dreams come true. And because there was talk in book one that she was going to be forced to quit being an artist. And no, she became a well known, famous artist, and I'm so proud of her.